What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves and getting Anthony Edwards some help. To start off this season, the Minnesota Timberwolves have been struggling compared to the last season. Last season they were one of the top teams in the league, and right now they're a play-in team. They're the 8th seed with 20 wins and 18 losses. Trading away Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle really hurt this team in my opinion. Julius Randle isn't the best fit for this team as well, so what we're probably going to be doing is trading Randle away for a new player. Mike Conley also hasn't been good as a starting point guard for the Timberwolves. As you guys can see, he's struggling offensively, shooting 35% from the field and 36% from the three-point line. Compared to the last few seasons, he's having a really bad season. What I'm going to be doing is trading away Julius Randle for a new starting point guard, and then we're going to have Naz Reid as our new starting power forward. Naz Reid's only 25 years old. He has a ton of potential. As you guys can see, his stats per 36 minutes are insane. He's a really good player, and we're going to make him our new starting power forward, and I think that should help out our starting lineup a ton, as well as when we get ourselves a new point guard. So I'm going to go ahead and see what we can get in return for Julius Randle, and then I'll show y'all what trade we're going to be pulling off. As I said, we're going to be targeting a new point guard to bring to Minnesota, and I think Trae Young would be a phenomenal fit to have beside Anthony Edwards. He's the best playmaker in the league this season, averaging 12 assists per game as well as 22 points per game. So we're going to see if the Atlanta Hawks would be down to pull this trade off for Julius Randle for Trae Young straight up. Let's see what they say. Hopefully they accept. If not, we do have a few picks and they do decline. So we have a lottery protected Detroit Pistons pick valued at 2 stars. Let's see what they say now. And they still decline. And now we have a few second rounders that we could try to throw in here and see what they say. They're still declining. Let's see now what they'll say, and they're still declining. So it looks like we're going to have to go get ourselves another first round pick. I'm going to be trading away a player down here. I'm not sure who I'll be trading. Maybe Leonard Miller, hopefully for a first round pick. And then we'll be back for that Trae Young trade and see what they say when we throw in a few more picks. Alright, I'm back here for the Trae Young trade. I acquired ourselves 2 new first round picks, so I'm pretty sure we should be able to get Trae Young from the Hawks. Let's see what they say. We're going to throw in this first round pick, the Detroit Pistons, and they do decline for that. But now we could throw in 2 more first rounders that we acquired. We could throw in our own first 2028 unprotected pick. Let's see what they say now, and they still decline. 3 first round picks for Trae Young. I guess it's Trae Young. He's a double-double guy, the best playmaker at this moment, so well, screw it, why not? And they still decline. Okay. For some reason, now we could trade away 4 first-round picks. Before, it was only allowing us to trade away 2, but now we could trade away our own first-round pick, which it wasn't allowing us earlier, I believe. So 4 first-round picks for Trae Young, and they're still declining this trade, which I'm surprised by. I'm really surprised by this. And yeah, it looks like we're not going to be getting Trae Young, so I'm going to have to go target a new point guard for some reason. What if we were to bring LaMelo Ball to pair up with Anthony Edwards, both players from the 2020 draft? Top 3 picks. Anthony Edwards was a 1st overall pick and LaMelo Ball was the 3rd overall pick. Bringing him on this team would also be pretty fun. I haven't gotten LaMelo Ball in a little bit for a video, so let's see what the Charlotte Hornets say here, where we give up Julius Randle 4 first round picks. Hopefully they accept, and they do, just like that. Now we got ourselves a new star for the Minnesota Timberwolves paired up with Anthony Edwards. We got a big 2, we got an amazing duo, both players from the 2020 draft, LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. I'm so excited to see how things play out with LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards as our backcourt. They're going to be a phenomenal duo in my opinion. LaMelo Ball's a good playmaker as well as an amazing offensive player. We're also going to keep Jaden McDaniels as our small forward. This season offensively, he has been kind of disappointing. He's not shooting the ball all that well, 33% from the 3-point line. but hopefully he could turn that up a notch towards the second half of this season. Naz Reid as our power forward. Rudy Gobert will be on our team for this season, and we'll see how he plays. If he doesn't play too well, we could trade him this offseason. Mike Conley, I'm going to be trading right now for a backup center or a backup power forward because we don't have a backup center or a power forward on our bench at the moment. All we have is guards on our bench. So I'm going to pull off a few trades to balance out our roster, and then I'll show you guys a new rotation. Alright, we're going to be trading away Mike Conley and Terrence Shannon Jr. for Mitchell Robinson to be our backup center. And he's an amazing center to have on our team, so now he'll be our backup center behind Rudy Gobert. But now we also need a backup wing because we also don't have that. So I'm going to trade away another player for a backup power forward or a backup small forward. I'm going to be pulling off this trade here with the Phoenix Suns for Royce O'Neal and a second round pick where we send away Josh and Ariel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but we're going to be sending away these two players for Royce O'Neal to be our new backup power forward behind Naz Reid, and we also get ourselves a second round pick. And now this is what our rotation is going to be looking like. We're going to have LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we're going to have Mitchell Robinson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Royce O'Neal, and Dante DiVincenzo. In my opinion, we have a really good rotation. The only problem before we pulled these trades off for the Timberwolves were their offense. They have one of the worst offenses in the league, as you guys can see, but their defense is the fourth best defense in the league. So now after these trades we just pulled off, I think our offense is going to be a lot better. So I'll be simulating either until the trade deadline, but if we are playing well, I'll be simulating until the end of this first season. At the end of Season 1, Nikola Jokic wins MVP, Yves Missi wins Rookie of the Year, Bobby Portis Jr. wins Sixth Player, Wemby wins the Depoy, Amen Thompson wins Most Improved, Jokic wins Clutch Player, Jason Kidd Coach of the Year, and we win Executive of the Year. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, we won 57 games and lost only 25. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections. We do get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA second team, and we get Anthony Edwards on All-NBA third team. We had a phenomenal season. Let's see if we get anyone here, and we do get Rudy Gobert on All-Defensive second team, which is nice to see. And we were the second seed. In round 1, we're going to be going up against Wemby and the Spurs. We no longer have Chris Paul from the looks of things. Yup. Looks like they traded him away. They are the 8th seed. Let me show you guys our player stats before we get into the playoffs here. So our leading scorer was Anthony Edwards, putting up 29 points per game on amazing efficiency, shooting 50, 40, 80. He shot 45%, almost 46% from the three-point line. That's insane. LaMelo Ball put up 28 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. Also on really good efficiency, as you guys can see. Right behind him was Naz Reid, 14.5 points from him. He was amazing at the starting power forward position, putting up 14.5 points, shooting 40% from the three-point line. That's insane. I did not realize something that I just realized right now. We only have 3 players in double-digit scoring. That is pretty bad. I did not think that was the case, but it is. That means our offense probably isn't as good as other teams, but hopefully our players can turn it up a notch for the playoffs and have more players than double-digit scoring. Rudy Gobert basically averaged 10 points, 10 rebounds, 9.5 from Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels struggles a lot offensively for some reason. I mean, 44% is not bad, but the three-point shooting, 31% is pretty bad. So hopefully he could play better. If not, we can always trade him this off-season. Royce O'Neal was really good off the bench for us, shooting 42% from the three-point line. Dante DiVincenzo started playing better towards the end of the season. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Mitchell Robinson. And now I'm going to fix up our player minutes, and then we'll see if we can defeat the San Antonio Spurs. Player minutes have been fixed up. Let's see if we can advance to the next round and defeat the San Antonio Spurs. Game 1 is a win for us. Edwards with 25. LaMelo with 22, Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 17, Game 2 is also a win. Edwards with 30, LaMelo Ball with 17. He fouled out in 26 minutes. Game 3, we're up 3-0 against Wemby and the Spurs. This time Anthony Edwards had 36, 18 points, and 16 assists from LaMelo Ball. And oh my god, he almost had a triple-double with turnovers. That's kind of insane. Game 4 is a win for us. Let's go. LaMelo had 30 points, 9 assists. There we go. His turnovers went down. Edwards had 25, 15 from Nickel, who's been playing really good this playoff run. And we're advancing to the next round. We're the only team in the whole playoffs that had a sweep in the first round, as you guys can see. In round 2, we get ourselves the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and yeah, they have the same exact starting 5 and the same bench as well. Let's see how things play out here. Game 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Edwards had 41 points. He's averaging 31.5. LaMelo had 23 points, as well as 15 assists and 9 rebounds. Game number 2 is also a win for us. Edwards with 36, 27 double-double from LaMelo, 14 from Dante DiVincenzo, who's playing good off the bench. Rudy Gobert also had a 12-point double-double. Where is Naz Reid? He's here. He kind of struggled that game. Not shooting the best from the three-point line, but hopefully he could turn that up a notch and start hitting his shots. Game 3 is also a win for us. LaMelo with 45 points and 10 assists. Anthony Edwards had 23. Rudy Gobert had 18 points and 10 rebounds, shooting the ball really well. He shot 90% that game. Royce O'Neal how's he shooting? 46% from the three-point line. He's playing good. Jaden McDaniels again is shooting horrible from the three-point line. I don't know why that's the case, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. But we do end up sweeping the Denver Nuggets, so we haven't lost a game so far this playoff run. Let's see how our team played. So LaMelo had 27 points, 23 from Edwards, 14 from McDaniels, 14 from Gobert, and 10 from Mitchell Robinson. How is our bench playing? Nickel is playing amazing. Dante's playing good. And then Royce is playing good from the shooting good from the three-point line. Naz Reid is still struggling from the three-point line. And in the conference finals, we got ourselves the Dallas Mavericks, one of the toughest teams to defeat in 2K simulation. So hopefully we're able to beat them. In the Eastern Conference, we have the Boston Celtics taking on Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers, but let's see how we play against the Mavericks. Game 1 is a loss for us. Luka puts up 39 points, and I think I may change our defensive coach game plan if we lose another game here. Game 2 is a win for us. Let's go. Edwards had 35 points that game, playing amazing. LaMelo with 26, 17 from Nickel Alexander-Walker. Game 3 is a loss for us, and I think I'm going to be coming up with a coach game plan. And as you guys can see, only 3 players scoring double digits. That is not the best look. We need more players turning up and scoring a bunch of buckets for our team. But I'm going to put Anthony Edwards on Luka Doncic and then have LaMelo guarding Kyrie. So let me fix up our coach game plan, and then we'll be back for game 4. Alrighty, I came up with a coach game plan. Let's see if we can tie up the series here in game 4. We'll jump into Simcast. We do have home court advantage. Let's see if that's going to work out in our favor. And so far, we're winning the game. So far, it looks like we will be winning this game and tying up the series. Let's go. LaMelo Ball had 44 points and 12 assists, 30 from Anthony Edwards, 21 from Naz Reid, 16 from Mitchell Robinson, 12 from Gobert, and then the rest of the team. Game 5, let's see how things go here. This time they have home court advantage, and the first quarter was amazing for us, as was the first half. It looks like we're going to be winning this game. Let's go by almost 40 points. 34 points, I believe we won by. Anthony Edwards had 37 points, 35 from LaMelo Ball, 18 from Naz Reid, 12 from Jaden McDaniels, and 12 from Nickel Alexander-Walker. I did hire Nickel Alexander-Walker's shot tendency, so he's playing amazing offensively. And now let's see if we can defeat the Dallas Mavericks in game 6 this would be. and advance to the NBA Finals. We have home court advantage. The first quarter was a W for us. Let's see what happens. It's a back and forth tie game, 4 minutes remaining, and they end up winning, oh god, by 3 points. I think one of them hit a game-winning shot, because we had the lead up until literally like the last second. I seen them take the lead from us. 30 from Edwards, 21 from LaMelo, 13 from Nickel Alexander-Walker. Now it's time for game 7. Let's see what their starting lineup is. So they have Klay Thompson. And I think I'm going to put a defender on Klay Thompson because I did not do that. But I should have put Jaden McDaniels on him. How is PJ Washington playing? He's kind of struggling, but yeah. Derek Lively they inserted back into the starting lineup over Daniel Gafford. So let me put a defender on Klay Thompson, and then we'll jump into game 7 and see if we can advance to the NBA Finals. I put a defender on Klay Thompson, and something I totally forgot is this is a rematch of the last year conference finals, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Dallas Mavericks. Hopefully this time around we can defeat them and be advancing to the NBA Finals. Let's see what happens. We'll jump into Simcast. They do have home court advantage. So far it's a back and forth battle. They do have the lead, and it looks like they're up by 8 points, 6 minutes remaining. We still have a chance to come back. They're up. They're still up, and we're coming back. They're up by 2, 50 seconds remaining. Let's jump in and let the 2K simulation do its thing. We'll let the computer play and see if we could get a comeback here. I'm not going to be playing myself, so we're going to let the computer play and see what happens. Luka Doncic hits a free throw. First one is good. Let me fix up the camera angle here. Where is it? Right there. Let's see what happens. They are subbing in Jaden McDaniels, taking out Mitchell Robinson. If he scores here, they're going to have it's going to be a 2-possession game. So hopefully he misses one free throw. Let's see. And he misses. Okay, somehow Luka Doncic just missed that free throw. Now we have to hit a 3-pointer to tie it up, but Anthony Edwards goes for the slam dunk and gets 2 points there, and now the Mavericks are up by 1. 40 seconds remaining. Luka Doncic is trying to attack the rim. Rudy Gobert is guarding him. Kyrie with the ball. LaMelo guarding him. And oh, perfect defense. Really good defense. Let's go. LaMelo played amazing defense there. Locked up Kyrie Irving. Now Anthony Edwards has a ball, runs past Klay, and has a lead. Makes a clutch 2-pointer. Puts us up by 1. 17 seconds remaining. Luka Doncic with the ball. We need Gobert protecting the paint. He shouldn't be on Derek Lively since Derek Lively is not a shooter anyways. He should be in the paint right now, and that should be a miss. Let's go. And we win, most likely at least, and we're probably going to be advancing to the finals. That was insane. We were down by 3, and we came back, and now we're up by 1 with Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. Hopefully he at least makes one of these. Let's see what happens. And the first one is in. Let's go. If we make the second one, we'll be up by 3. 1.5 seconds remaining, and Gobert hits both free throws. Luka Doncic. Oh god, that would be insane if that went in. But we won the Western Conference Finals. Now we're going to be advancing to the NBA Finals, where hopefully we can win Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves a championship. LaMelo Ball holding the trophy. Let's go. Crazy help to have on our team. LaMelo Ball helped us a ton. Love the duo of him and Anthony Edwards. Let me show you guys our player stats. So Anthony Edwards had 37 points that game, 23-point double-double from LaMelo, 15 from Nickel, 11 from Jaden McDaniels, and 10 from Naz Reid. LaMelo Ball wins Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 30 points, 9 assists, as well as 5 rebounds, shooting 50, 40, 90. And over there we have Jason Tatum winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, putting up 33 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting 50, 50, 90. Basically 60, 50, 90. Now we got ourselves the Boston Celtics. This is going to be a hard matchup for us. They're the 3rd seed. Hopefully we're able to defeat them. Their starting 5 is a lot better than ours, as you guys can see. They have basically 290 overall players. We have 290 overall players, but their 80 overall players are almost 90 overalls. But let's see what happens here. Game 1 is a win for us. Anthony Edwards with 38 points, 22 from Naz Reid, 21-point double-double from LaMelo. Game 2 is also a win for us. Okay, Anthony Edwards with 31, 23 from LaMelo, and 22 from Naz Reid, 15 from McDaniels. So we're up 2-0 against the Celtics. I was not expecting that. But they do win Game 3. Tatum and Brown with 20+ points. Edwards had 39, but LaMelo struggled offensively, but he still had a double-double. Game 4 is a win for us, which puts us up 3-1 against the Celtics. Edwards with 37 points, a 26-point double-double from LaMelo, and a 22-point double-double from Naz Reid. Gobert, 13 rebounds, didn't score as much, but I mean, he's an amazing defender and rebounder, so that makes up for it. And are we going to be able to gentlemen sweep the Celtics? And we do, just like that. The Minnesota Timberwolves are the 2025 NBA champions, with Anthony Edwards winning Finals MVP, averaging 34 points per game, 5.5 boards, 5 assists, shooting 50, 40, 70. Amazing run from our team. Let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs. So this is a playoff stats. Again, we only had 3 players in double-digit scoring, and we still ended up winning the championship because of how good our defense was. Let's see the NBA final stats. Here's the final stats. 4 players in double-digit scoring. 34 from Anthony Edwards, 26 from LaMelo, 18.5 from Naz Reid, 10.5 from Jaden McDaniels, and then the rest of the team. That was an amazing playoff run. I did not think we were going to be winning a championship this first season, but clearly we did. And now we're going to be going for a back-to-back championship. And now I'm going to overturn a few of these retirements, and then I'll see y'all at free agency. Naz Reid declines his player option, so we're going to have to try to bring him back in free agency, which hopefully we're able to do. I hope we have bird rights on him, which we should. But I guess we'll see. That sucks that he declined that player option. I just hope we're able to bring him back on this team. Jalen Clark will give a qualifying offer to him. Might as well. And let's see if we have bird rights on. There we go. We have bird rights on Naz Reid and on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But they're not restricted free agents. And Naz Reid doesn't want much money at all. $14 million for Naz Reid is nothing. He's an amazing player, and obviously we're going to be giving him that. As well as Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He doesn't want much money. 5 mil is nothing. So obviously we're going to be bringing them back. And yeah, those are probably going to be the only 2 players we sign. Maybe a few other free agents, but these 2 are the main signings. We'll give him about 13.5 million, which he will be open to signing. And then we'll give Nickeil Alexander-Walker a 3-year, $5 million contract. I think is perfect. That's a really cheap contract for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So hopefully they both accept, which they do. 4 years, $60 million for Naz Reid, and 3 years, $16 million for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And that's it for free agency. I'm going to finish filling out the rest of our roster, and then I'll see y'all at the start of this coming season. We could sign Isaiah Joe, Spencer Dinwiddie. There's a few good players here that we could sign, and I may sign one of them and see how things play out. Something I totally forgot is this offseason we're going to have to move on from Rudy Gobert. And the reason for that is Rudy Gobert regresses a ton this offseason. In the first offseason, Rudy Gobert drops down to like an 82 overall, and after 2 seasons he's down to a 70 something overall. So we're going to be trading Rudy Gobert for a new starting center. Sucks that we have to move on from him, the defensive player of the year, multiple defensive player of the year player. But for our future, we're going to have to trade him in order for us to continue being good. Getting a player like Jarrett Allen would be amazing for our team. He's a really good offensive player, an amazing rebounder, and a good defender. As you guys seen our player stats for the previous season, we only had 3 players in double-digit scoring, which was Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, and Naz Reid. So getting a center that could put up double-digit points would be a phenomenal thing for our team. So I'm going to try acquiring Jarrett Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers. We also have to take on Kelly Olynyk's contract where we send them Rudy Gobert and Alex Caraban. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's a player we got in this NBA draft that just passed, a second round pick, the first overall pick. So let's see what they say for this trade, and they do decline. We don't have any first round picks that we could trade, but we do have a bunch of second rounders, and they are declining, so it looks like we're going to have to target a new center. I'm going to try targeting a center that could put up at least 10 to 15 points per game for us, because we need a decent offensive center as well. We're gonna try for Bam Adebayo. He would be a perfect fit beside Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. He's a double-double type of player, an amazing defender. Let's see if the Miami Heat would accept this trade. Rudy Gobert for Bam Adebayo. And they give us a counteroffer. They want Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Royce O'Neal, and in return, they'll give us Duncan Robinson. I would like to keep these players out of this trade, but if that's what it takes, I think we'll be open to doing that. Let's see if they could take on Royce O'Neal's contract by itself, which they can. So let's see if they would agree to this trade here where we give up Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal for Bam Adebayo. And they decline. They want Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but I want to keep Nickeil Alexander-Walker out of this trade, if possible. And now they're talking. Duncan Robinson for Alex Caraban and Royce O'Neal, as well as 3 second-round picks. We're going to be acquiring ourselves Bam Adebayo. Instead of taking on Duncan Robinson, I switched him out for Haywood Highsmith, because if we trade away Royce O'Neal, we're going to need a backup power forward. And that could be Haywood Highsmith, who's a good 3-point shooter. And now let's see what the Miami Heat say. And they do decline, so it looks like they don't want to give up Haywood Highsmith. So let's go back to the same trade that they were offering us before. Looks like they want to give us Duncan Robinson, so we might as well go ahead and take him on. We could flip him for a pick later on or for a new backup power forward. But now we're going to be acquiring ourselves Bam Adebayo to be our new starting center in Minnesota. As I said, we're going to need a backup power forward, so we're going to be trading away Duncan Robinson for Jalen Smith, who we could move over his position to power forward. That's it for trades this offseason. I'll see y'all at the start of this coming season with our new rotation. This is what our rotation will be looking like for this season. We're going to have LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Bam Adebayo. And then off the bench, we're going to have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who I pushed over to be our backup small forward, Jalen Smith, Mitchell Robinson, and Rob Dillingham. Rob Dillingham's up to a 79 overall, so I've decided to make him a part of this rotation, which leaves out Dante DiVincenzo, but if Robert Dillingham isn't playing good, we can always switch him out for Dante DiVincenzo. So now I'm going to get to simulating and see how things play out. If we're playing good, I will be simulating until the end of the season, but of course if there's trades to be made, I'll be stopping at the trade deadline. I'm stopped here with 1 game remaining against the LA Clippers. The reason I'm stopped here is in the award races, it says LaMelo Ball may win MVP. So let's see together if that's going to be the case, which hopefully it is, fingers crossed, and it is. Let's go. LaMelo Ball wins his first MVP, averaging 25.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists per game, shooting 50, 40, 80. Amazing season from LaMelo Ball. We had a phenomenal season as a team as well. We beat the Warriors record for most wins in a single season, which I'll show you guys here in a second. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey wins 6th Player of the Year. Wemby winning Depoy. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved Player, averaging 22 points per game. That is good, nice, really nice to see Scoot Henderson having a bounce back season. Jaylen Brown, Clutch Player of the Year, and there you go, Chris Finch winning Coach of the Year where we beat the Golden State Warriors record of most wins in a season, winning 75 games and losing only 7. We also win Executive of the Year, as you guys can see. And of course, we're going to get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA First Team since he won his first MVP, playing absolutely phenomenal. I'm surprised Anthony Edwards is not on All-NBA First Team, but yup, he's right there on All-NBA Second Team. That's it for All-NBA selections. Let's see if we get anyone on All-Defensive Team, and we don't get Bam Adebayo, which is kind of a surprise because he was playing absolutely phenomenal defense. And of course, we were the first seed, and in round 1, we're going to be taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, who have Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, basically the same exact team that they have in real life. Literally the same exact team, except they added Aaron Wiggins. Let me show you guys our player stats for the regular season before we get into the playoffs. So our leading scorer was Anthony Edwards, putting up 29 points per game, shooting 50, 40, 70, almost 80% from the free throw line, shooting 43% from the three-point line. He had a phenomenal season. 25.5 from LaMelo Ball, as I've shown you guys his stats. The new MVP, phenomenal season, amazing duo in Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. Both players drafted in the top 3 of the 2020 draft, so that's cool to see them paired up here. Bam Adebayo was an amazing get for our team, averaging 17 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 4 assists, amazing defense, and amazing efficiency. 57% from the field and 44% from the three-point line. Even though Bam Adebayo didn't shoot many threes, that's still a pretty high percentage. He only made 31 three-pointers and didn't shoot many three-pointers, but still 44% is pretty impressive. 13 points per game from Naz Reid, 10.5 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So getting Bam Adebayo helped our offense most definitely, because last season we only had 3 players in double-digit scoring, which was Naz Reid, LaMelo Ball, and Anthony Edwards, but now we have 5 players in double-digit scoring. I also raised Nickeil Alexander-Walker's shot tendency to be our 6th man. That's a consistent bucket getter, and he's been doing that perfectly, averaging double-digit points, shooting 40% from the three-point line. Jaden McDaniels still kind of struggled from the three-point line, but his efficiency was a lot better than the previous season. And of course, his defense was there. Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, who I played 41 games, but then I subbed him out for Dante DiVincenzo because of his three-point shooting. He was shooting 31% from the three-point line. And then the rest of the team down here. Jalen Smith was a good player for us, as was Mitchell Robinson. Now let me fix up our player minutes, and then we'll get right into these playoffs. Player minutes have been set. Let's see if we can defeat the Memphis Grizzlies. Game 1 is a win for us. Anthony Edwards with 38 points. Game 2 is a loss for us. Edwards had 28, but we still fell short. But we are up 2-1, winning Game 3. LaMelo this time 33, 32 from Edwards. Can we go up 3-1? And we do not. So the Memphis Grizzlies tie up the series here, which I'm kind of surprised by. They're a playing team, the 9th seed. And they tied up the series here. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. is up to a 90 overall and a 93 from Ja Morant. But we have a really good team ourselves. Let's see if we can win Game 5 here, which we do not. So they're up 3-2 against us, which is a huge surprise that the playing team is pushing us this far. And I think we're going to have to come up with a coach game plan, most definitely. Put someone on Ja Morant since he's probably their leading scorer. See how things go from there. Let's see how our team's playing so far. So LaMelo's playing good. Nickeil's playing good. Bam Adebayo's playing good. Edwards is playing amazing. Naz Reid's. Everyone's playing good on our team, so I'm not sure why this is happening, but it is. It's clearly our defense from the looks of things. So let me come up with a defensive coach game plan, and then we'll see if we can tie up the series and go to a Game 7. Alright, I came up with a defensive coach game plan. Let's see if that's going to work out here. We'll jump into Simcast for the last few games. Hopefully we can push this to a Game 7. We do have the lead so far, and we're playing really good defense. So it looks like the coach game plan did work. We held them to 98 points where we scored 130. LaMelo Ball with 38 points, 36 from Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels with 15, and Bam Adebayo with 14. Starting to kind of struggle compared to the regular season, efficiency-wise, but he's still playing good basketball. Let's see how our defense was. So Anthony Edwards locked up Ja Morant, as you guys can see. Ja Morant shot 5 of 15. We need to continue this in order for us to win. And Naz Reid locked up Jaren Jackson Jr., holding him to 5 of 15. Now we're going to Game 7. Let's see if we can advance to the second round. We do have home court advantage. In the first quarter was amazing defense. So far we have the lead by a ton, and it looks like we will be advancing to the next round. So clearly our defensive coach game plan worked. After I came up with a defensive coach game plan, they never scored over 100 points in the last 2 games. We scored 143 with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, 30 points each, 22 from Naz Reid, 17 from Bam Adebayo, 16 from Nickel. Let's see how our defense was. I did switch out Dante DiVincenzo for Rob Dillingham because Dante DiVincenzo was struggling big time. So our defense was good once again. This time Jaden McDaniels locked up GG Jackson, 6 of 17. Desmond Bane, 6 of 21. LaMelo locked him up. And where is Jaren Jackson Jr.? Okay, so Jaren Jackson Jr. fouled out in 11 minutes. Now we advance to the next round where we're going to be taking on the OKC Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. So they have 3 players 90 plus overall. We have 2 players 90 plus overall. And they also have Isaiah Hartenstein coming off their bench, who's at 86 overall. So this team is stacked, and somehow they got Josh Giddey. Oh my god, they got Josh Giddey back in Oklahoma. That's insane. Why would they trade him and bring him right back the next season? How did they acquire Josh Giddey? That makes no sense. Either it looks like they may have traded for him, I guess. Let me see how they got him. I'll show you guys if I can find out how. So they signed Josh Giddey to a 1-year, $13 million contract somehow, which means the Chicago Bulls must have, I don't know, they must have dropped Josh Giddey and he went to free agency by the looks of things, and then the OKC Thunder brought him right back. So let's see if we can defeat this team. Game 1 is a win for us. Edwards puts up 40 points, 27 from LaMelo. Game number 2 is also a win. Let's go. LaMelo and Anthony Edwards both with 40 plus points. LaMelo with 48 points, 47 from Anthony Edwards. That's insane. And then the rest of the team was in single-digit scoring, and yet we still won this game. That is pretty insane. We had a really good game, even though 2 of our players were the only ones in double-digit scoring, and we're up 3-0 against the OKC Thunder with Anthony Edwards putting up another 40-plus point game. 42 points, 26 from LaMelo, 16 from Naz Reid. And are we going to sweep the OKC Thunder? And we do just that. I was not expecting us to be sweeping the OKC Thunder. Anthony Edwards, another 40-plus point game, this time with 41 points. LaMelo had 32 points, 28 from Bam Adebayo. What's insane is, so far, the only team that's given us trouble is the Memphis Grizzlies, who are a play-in team. So that doesn't really make sense because the OKC Thunder are always a hard team to beat in 2K simulation, but for us, that was not the case. And now we got ourselves the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, as well as Jeremy Sohan. They don't have Chris Paul anymore. Let's see how things go. Game 1 is a loss for us. Okay, I was not expecting... Whoa, Wemby's averaging 30 points per game. They swept the Sacramento Kings, beat the Houston Rockets in 6, so this team is trouble. I was not expecting them to be this good. They're up 2-0 against us. How is that possible? Looks like we're going to have to come up with a coach game plan because this team somehow is just deadly. I'm surprised that they're up 2-0, but I think we'll be coming back from this lead that they have on us. I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan, and then we'll see if we can defeat the Spurs. Alrighty, I came up with a really good coach game plan in my opinion. I think our defense should be able to lock down basically all of the Spurs players other than Victor Wembanyama. He's the only player I think will be unstoppable. He's 7'3", whereas Bam Adebayo's 6'9". So Bam just gotta be a pest, off-ball pest, on-ball pest, and just annoy him and make him hopefully turn the ball over. Let's jump into Simcast and see what happens. We lost both games at home, which is a huge disadvantage for us now. And they do have the lead. They're up by 3 with 9 minutes remaining. Can we come back? Tie game, 4 minutes remaining. It's a back and forth battle. Let's slow this down in case we do need to jump in. And it looks like we're going to be losing. And now we're down 3-0 somehow. And yeah, we're down 3-0. I highly doubt we can get a comeback here, but you never know. I've gotten a comeback from a 3-0 loss before, not in a video, but just in general I have while playing on my own. So let's see if we can do this for the first time during a video. They do have home court advantage again, but I highly doubt we're coming back from this, to be honest. Never been done in history, in NBA history. And yeah, it looks like they're probably going to be winning this game as well. They're up by 2. And yeah, they're definitely winning this game. So the Spurs, with Wemby progressed up, is basically unstoppable. Recently, the Spurs have been making the finals a ton after the first season of simulation. But it looks like Wemby is literally unstoppable. And somehow Malachi had 23 points. Really good bench piece for this team. Anthony Edwards had 33 points, 23 double-double from LaMelo, 18 from Bam. Now let's see who's going to win the finals. Is it going to be the Spurs? Oh my god, it's the Spurs versus the Pistons. So Wemby wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Cade Cunningham wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. What's kind of insane is the San Antonio Spurs and the Detroit Pistons were horrible teams like 2 seasons ago. But now this year, they've turned things around with Chris Paul and Wemby playing absolutely amazing, as well as Devin Vassell and the rest of the team. But yeah, the Spurs this season are playing a lot better in Wemby's second season. In real life, I'm speaking about, and the Pistons are playing really good as well. Cade Cunningham's been getting triple-doubles on triple-doubles. The additions they made with getting Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley really helped out this team a lot. More than any of us probably expected. But let's see who's going to be winning this championship. So Wemby wins game 1, the Spurs win game 1, Wemby puts up 30 points. Game 2 is also a win from the Spurs with Wemby putting up 44 points. Game number 3 is a loss for the Spurs. The Pistons win. Wemby played absolutely amazing. Let's see what's going to happen here. The Spurs are up 3-1. Let's jump into Simcast and jump in the game and watch them play in the 4th quarter. Hopefully it's a close game. That way we could see some good fun back and forth basketball. And the Spurs are starting to run away with it by the looks of things, but we'll still jump in. And now the Detroit Pistons are kind of pushing back. So let's see what happens. We'll jump in about 2:30 remaining. And yeah, this is a close game. We're going to jump in and watch the rest of this game and see who wins. So this was the last season of the rebuild. It's a short video, 2-season rebuild. So yeah, we're going to jump in and watch this game and see how things go. We were able to win Anthony Edwards a championship. That was a goal, of course, and the Timberwolves, and we did just that in the first season too. Let's see what the Spurs do here. They pass it out to a wide open Wemby, and he misses the wide open 3-pointer, but now Mo Wagner with a wide open 3, and he drills that. And now they're up by 9 points, 104-95. Cade Cunningham with the ball advancing. Let's see what he does here. He has Stephon Castle on him, and that is a tough shot, but he makes it. Let's go. And now the lead is cut down to 7. Stephon Castle advancing with the ball. Let's see what he does here. And the Spurs do call a timeout. Cade Cunningham, there's Wemby. This would be a really interesting finals series to see. 2 young teams going at it. Cade Cunningham versus Wemby, both young stars in the league. Both of them, I believe, will be making their first All-Star appearances this season, which is going to be fun to see. Cade has become a wonderful playmaker. I believe in real life he's averaging close to 10 assists per game. Having a phenomenal season. And of course, the Spurs do have the ball. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Looks like they're going to get it to Stephon Castle. Yes, they do. They give it to Keldon Johnson. Now to Wemby with Isaiah Stewart guarding him. And he kind of clamps him up there. It's out to Jeremy Sohan. And he attacks Isaiah Stewart and gets an easy bucket. That wasn't really an easy bucket, to be honest. That was a hard bucket, but he still got it somehow. Cade Cunningham with the ball. And he runs right past Stephon Castle and hits the slam dunk. Cade Cunningham with 33 points, 71% from the field shooting in 32 minutes. Ball is Wemby with Isaiah Stewart guarding him. Fadeaway miss. Stewart with the rebound up to Cade Cunningham. Now to Azar Thompson. He's running past Keldon Johnson. He shoots and he misses. Wemby with the board. Passes it to Stephon Castle. Let's see what they do here. Castle with a hard layup and he misses. From the looks of things, the San Antonio Spurs are going to be winning their first championship. Spurs with a rebound, and yeah, I highly doubt the Detroit Pistons will be able to come back from this now. So I'll see y'all at the end of this game. The San Antonio Spurs do win the championship with Victor Wembanyama winning Finals MVP. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know it's a shorter video than usual. We won the Timberwolves a championship. In my opinion, they should trade Julius Randle while they can. Maybe acquire themselves a point guard and run Naz Reid at the power forward position. I think that would be a huge upgrade for this team. Having Naz Reid at the power forward position over Julius Randle would be amazing. As well as I think Julius Randle, since he's been on this team, the chemistry has been all the way down. From the looks of things, he does not like Rudy Gobert, which makes the vibes there pretty awkward. So honestly, they should get him out of Minnesota, send him to a team where he wants to be, and get themselves either a good power forward in return or a point guard, because they already have Naz Reid, who they can use at the power forward position. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe. Also, click here on the screen if you guys would like to watch my latest video. I know you guys would like to watch my latest video, because if you guys enjoyed this one, you guys will enjoy my latest one. So yeah, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.